starts like this. That's enough for me. Quiet up on the counter, steam drawing lines in the air. Sun leans in through the window, catch a curl of your hair. Mornings and coffee, bare feet on cool tile, heart on beat, light on your shoulder, joy running free. If every day starts like this, that's enough for me. Little laugh over nothing, toast crumbs spotting the plate. You read headlines out loud, I'm early, but happy we're late. Mornings and coffee, slow and sweet, bare feet on cool tile, heart on beat, light on your shoulder, joy running free. If every day starts like this, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. En la parada del bus, la señora con su cruz me pregunta, ¿y este tal John de verdad piensa en los blues? El chaval con café, 3 trabajos, poco pie, dice, quiero a alguien que al fin se parezca un poco a mí. John para el mayor de Chicago, para los botes, para el barrio, para las personas de las people que nunca salen en los libros. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia del lago que sueña un futuro azul. En la esquina del tianguis, la abuelita haciendo tamiz dice, quiero ver la luz en la escuela de Amilis. Taxi lleno, tráfico, un suspiro cínico. Si votamos esta vez, cambiará lo que se ve. Sueña un futuro azul. parada del bus, la señora con su cruz me pregunta: ¿y este tal John de verdad piensa en los blues? El chaval con su café, 3 bajos, poco pie, dice: quiero a alguien que al fin se parezca a mí. John para el mayor de Chicago, para los motes, para el barrio, para las personas de ambos que nunca. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia del lago que sueña un futuro azul. En la esquina del tianguis, la abuelita haciendo tamis dice: quiero ver la luz en la escuela de mi Luis. Taxi lleno, tráfico, un suspiro cínico. Si votamos esta vez, cambiará lo que se ve. John para el mayor de Chicago, para los botes, para el barrio, para las personas de las picos, pagando cuentas con sus ritmos. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia del lago que sueña un futuro azul. Ni actor, solo alguien que escuche el dolor del techo que gotea en invierno, del miedo a perder el empleo. John para el mayor de Chicago, para los hombres, para las personas de las pipos, bailando en la línea del mínimo. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago que sueña un futuro azul. Salt on my lips, white laughs over low tide. You trace a map on my wrist, like you've been here the whole time. Lantern sway slow, your hair caught a little sunlight from somebody's window glow in the middle of the night. Under this moon, in our hidden cold, breathing you in like the secret told. Every small touch feels like a spell right here. calling me back again.
She shouldn't say insensitive and same things. She startled the homeless migrant.
Rings left behind like halos. Band in the corner, spilling their hearts in the shadow. Your head on my shoulder, see humming low in the background. World getting softer every time you laugh out loud. Oh, under this moon, in our head and cold, breathing you in like a secret told. Every small touch feels like a spell. Right here, right now, where the warm waves swell. Under this moon, I could lose my name. Only a heartbeat calling me back again. If the time leaves me, let it cover our tracks. Leave the rest of the world where the shoreline cracks. Just your hand in mine, just that slow, soft line. If this is all we get, let it stretch all night. Under this moon, in our head and cold, breathing you in like a secret told. Every small touch feels like a spell. Right here, right now, where the warm waves swell. Under this moon, I could lose my name. Only a heartbeat calling me back again.
Of the tolerance that the Israelis dealt with over so many years, while Gaza was being built into a terror camp, a terror network. I think something just
basically, allow these terrorist groups of Israel, and Israel was told to put up with it even from our.
And of course, if you drop down to 14, of course.
Maybe that's just another, what I described.
Yeah, it's actually some look. I mean, while it's remarkable, it's been somewhat frustrating because over such a long period of time, while these terror bases were being built and Israel was fully aware of what was going on, all of this could have stopped like decades ago. It really could have. Like 2 decades ago, this could have been stopped. And
those that was keeping the law and those that was not keeping the law.
Maybe now you just have a president who completely understands the dynamic of the region and did so in his first term and made that very clear. And thankfully he had 4 years to deal with it in between to give the world an opportunity where it is right now and actually beat up the Middle East so badly that we're never going to see this shit happen again. I really, truly hope so. I truly hope so.
Yeah, you know what? I think that I
En la parada del bus, la señora con su cruz me pregunta, ¿y este tal John de verdad piensa en los blues? El chaval con su café,
Chicago.
3 trabajos, poco quiere. Dice, quiero a alguien que al fin se parezca un poco a mí. Para el mayor de Chicago, para los botes, para el barrio, para las personas de las people que nunca salen en los libros. Yo para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago que sueña un futuro azul. En la esquina del tianguis, la abuelita haciendo tamiz. Dice, quiero ver la luz en la escuela de mi taxi lleno, tráfico, un suspiro cínico. Si votamos esta vez, cambiará lo que se ve. Dímelo. John para el mayor de Chicago, para hoteles, para el barrio, para las personas de las peoples, pagando cuentas con sus ritmos. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago que sueña un futuro azul. Santo solo alguien que escuche el olor del techo que obrera limpia, del miedo a perder empleo. Para el mayor de Chicago, para los botes, para el barrio, para las personas de las people bailando en la línea del mínimo. Y un balón de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago que sueña un futuro azul. En la parada del bus, la señora con su cruz me pregunta, ¿y este tal yo de verdad piensa en los blues? Con su café, 3 trabajos, poco pie, dice, que alguien que al fin se parezca un poco a mí. John para el mayor de Chicago, para los botes, para el barrio, para las personas de las peoples que nunca salen en los libros. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur. Tamis dice: quiero ver la luz en la escuela de mi Luis. Taxi lleno, tráfico, suspiro cínico. Si votamos esta vez, cambia lo que se ve. Yo un padre mayor de Chicago, para los para el barrio, para las personas de las pipos, pagando cuentas con sus ritmos. Yo un padre mayor de Chicago, del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago, que sueña un futuro azul. No queremos santo ni actor, solo alguien que escuche el dolor del techo en invierno, del miedo a perder el empleo. Yo para el mayor de Chicago, para los hombres, para el barrio, para las personas de las pipos, bailando en la línea del mínimo. Yo para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago, que sueña un futuro azul. Salt on my lips, quiet laughs over low tide. You trace a map on my wrist, like you've been here the whole time. Lantern sway slow, your hair caught a little sunlight from somebody's window glow. In the middle of the night, under this moon, in our hidden cold, bring you like the secret told. Every small touch feels like a spell. We're right now where the warm waves swim. Under this moon, I could lose my name. Only your heartbeat calling me back again. Glass on the table, rings left behind like halos. Band in the corner, spilling their hearts in the shadow. My shoulder, see humming low in the background. World getting softer every time you laugh out loud. Oh, under the this mood in our head and cold, breathing you like a secret tone. Every small touch feels like a spell. Right here, right now, where the warm waves swell. Under this moon, I could lose my name. Only your heartbeat calling me back again. If the time beats, let it cover our tracks. Leave the rest of the world with a show like this. Hands in money, just us. If this is all we need, let it stretch all night. This moon in our head and breathing like a secret. Every small touch feels like a spell. Right here, right now, with the warm waves swaying under this moon, I could lose my day. Only your heartbeat calling me back again.
Fucked up.
Salt on my lips, quiet laughs over low tide. You trace a map on my wrist, like you've been here the whole time. Lanterns sway slow, your hair caught a little sunrise. From
Stop feeling so bad for yourself.
In the middle of the night.
Stop feeling so bad for yourself. It could be worse.
Every small touch
It could be worse.
right here, right now, where the warm waves swell under this moon.
Stop feeling so bad for yourself. It could be
I
worse.
could lose my day. Only your heartbeat calling me back again. Glass on the table, rings left behind like halos. Band in the corner, spilling their hearts in the shadows. Your head on my shoulder, see humming low in the background. Only your heartbeat calling me back again. If the tide creeps in, let it cover our tracks. The rest of the world, where the shoreline cracks. Just your hand in mine. Just that
Not for myself, for you, my son. Obviously. Oh, how much trouble. Oh, all's well. All's well. All's well, there is not a speck of dust of a place in the universe. That was you. Did you enjoy a successful in the military? No. Always well, there's like a dust out of place in the universe. I'm very lucky. Keep praying. Very lucky, but keep praying. I'm very lucky, but keep praying. very lucky, but keep praying. All is well, there's another speck of dust out of place in the universe. Cool. Live it by yourself. Very lucky, but keep praying.
Feet on the floor, crown to the sky. Breathe like a tide, rolling in, rolling by. Thoughts come and go, like birds on a wire. Watch them then wave, let them fade, let them die. I find middle right here, right hand, left hand, same hand. Inhale chaos, exhale chaos. Out the wire, eyes closed, soft close, strong stay. I live in bed. I am the byline, right hand. Storm in my chest, calm in my face. Both can belong in this one quiet place. Sun in my bones, moon in my veins. I hold them both,
Heaven.
let them dance through the stream. I find the middle, right here, left hand, same hand. Inhale chaos, exhale chaos. I walk the wire, eyes closed, soft heart, strong step. I live in balance. I live in balance. Right here.
I thought you were finished. Still spending tens of millions. I thought you were finished in politics. Still spending tens of millions on abortions. I thought you were finished.
watch them, then wait. Let them fade, let them tire. I feel the middle, right here, right hand, left hand, say. Inhale the chaos, exhale the care. I walk the wire, eyes closed, soft heart, strong head. I live in balance, I live in balance. Right here, storm in my chest, calm in my face. Both can belong in this one quiet place. Sun in my bones.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to order some food right now. So hungry. Thinking of getting sushi.
Well, it's a good option. I'm about to go to the gym.
What are you smoking, weed?
Yep. Weed and coffee.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, keeps the pounds off. That's why people smoke. Because, you know, they're not hitting the gym, breaking that sweat like they need to.
I've lost like 20 pounds in the past month,
Shit, it's good.
you know, and dieting.
Wow, that's great. 20 pounds, amazing. Just lift up a 20-pound dumbbell and then say to yourself, I can't believe I was walking this. Like, how the fuck was I walking around with this on my back all day long?
I know, seriously, right?
Yeah, it's just like no alternative. You know, it's the greatest antidepressant. It makes you look good, feel good, less health problems, like majority of health problems go down. So there's just no alternative for, you know, breaking a sweat daily, every 24-hour cycle if you can. That's why people probably stay in the military, because every day you're up at 4:15, and
Oh, really? Yeah, I've been getting up at like 5.
yeah, that's good. You work out as soon as you get up.
Yeah.
That's good. That's what they say. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I'm like 5 a.m. to like 5:45, 6. And then I'm hitting a 7 a.m. meeting with RFK every day. And then I'm back and wake my wife up for her work and then take care of the baby from like 8:30 until like 5 or 6.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I go for 2 walks with him. I just got back from a walk and he's like doing the walk, so he's napping right now.
Yeah, I mean, not having any kids, I don't know, couldn't even imagine like taking care of it. I assume it's kind of like having a puppy. You know, it's like a permanent baby. Like there's just no separation. But the way I live my life now, I'm just like, how the hell couldn't possibly have the same type of lifestyle that I have now? It'd be impossible. You can't smoke weed around your baby.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm keeping my weed smoking until 1 day a year on vacation.
What Daddy's Day? What's the day of the year?
It's just my summer vacation in Tennessee.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, random day, really. Yeah, the last day of my vacation while she packs everything up, I'm gonna just get stoned. That's the plan, man.
Well, I've been, I don't know if you saw, but they're shutting down Sora, the AI video creator app. So today I have to try to create more Chicago mayoral Sora AI videos because it's going away. And I want to have like a library, as many as I can, going into February of next year.
I just charged somebody $1,000 for an AI video.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, it sucks that Sora is shutting down, but man, some of my videos, when I watch them, they just kill me. Like, I'm just dying laughing, especially the sitcom ones with like women, Democrat liberal women, like a sitcom, you know, with me, with my face talking to a girl who's screaming. That's gaslighting.
Right. That's funny.
So you think Kennedy's going to run for president?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. He's
But
got
I
to.
don't know. I don't know for sure.
I mean, how he could run as a Democrat, right?
He could run as anything he wants, really.
Yeah.
I think he would win if he were again.
I mean, here in Chicago, like I was talking to this chick, she's like, just run as a Democrat. And it's just crazy. Like, I would run as a Democrat, but when you look at who actually votes and the total voters and you do some like mathematics and percentage, you know, statistics, she's right. Like, it just doesn't make sense because it would be like pissing in the wind every time. There's just no point.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I told her I wouldn't compromise my values. I told her I wouldn't compromise my values. There's no fucking way. But I'm gonna run as a libertarian because the whole thing is just getting on the ballot. And if I run as a libertarian, they can still challenge my petitions, but there will be no other challengers. So as long as I have the number of signatures, I'm gonna be on the ballot. There's a third option. It is libertarian, and it's on the ballot, and it's confusing because when you're voting, it says Dem, Rep, and Lib. And Lib is that you know?
Liberal.
Yeah, people don't even know it's libertarian. They just think it's like
It's libertarian.
Yeah. But that's my plan.
People don't know.
People don't know because they've never met a libertarian candidate. What they said, what is a libertarian candidate? Because I've met Ron Paul and I have a photo with Ron Paul, that's like my political endorsement. And
you know who I made friends with? It's
who?
his grandson, Rand Paul's son.
Oh, Rand has a son. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's like my age. I made friends with him.
Yeah, that guy that for Homeland, he said, like, I can understand why you got your ass beat. He said that to Rand, like, during the Senate confirmation hearing.
Oh, man.
It's like, holy shit, you can understand why he was physically, because, like, you don't like his personality. It's like, dude, that's a you problem. You're the violent person.
I've been hitting too. His dad, Rand. Rand's cool.
Yeah. Dude, he's still leading the fight against Fauci. He's the only one who's even interested in arresting Fauci.
Yeah. I got his book and everything. I didn't ask him to sign it. I think one day if I meet up with him for dinner or something, I'm gonna bring the book and like ask him to sign it.
You know, try to take selfies with all these people because star power in photos is real. Like, you know, you are that same person when you take a photo with that person. It's credibility. Keegan is here.
Oh, hey, Keegan. Send him an invite. Bring him up. I'm not a moderator. I can't.
My bad. Here you go. Wait, I invited him. I don't know if he's going to come up.
Alright, let me send him an invite. Yeah, no, like, I was just having a meeting yesterday with one of my clients who's been in, like, the ag space for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Maxwell, he, like, testifies in front of Congress and Senate issues, and he was saying basically, like, the only thing that people in DC respect is power. And he's only been able to achieve the power he's been able to achieve through coalition building and like getting large amounts of people to back his shit up. So he's like, dude, I've never had money, and money isn't what these people respect. It's power, and how you gain power is through people that like back you up.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's so true. And then it made me think, like, damn, I've got a lot of power, you know? I've got a lot of followers. I've got a lot of people in my network. And I just haven't realized that, you know, it's as valuable as it is. And I should, start taking advantage of that, right? So, I'm,
I mean, you want to monetize. You want to monetize, like, I live in my own little bubble, you know, but like I'm not monetizing in my bubble. Like I might be able to make a comment on a political person's thing that discredits them, and basically it's fun to like toss, you know, comment grenades and like f with people's like emotional fragility, but still it's still not money in the bank. I mean, you know, look at Mamdani. I'm not saying I'm gonna win the mayoralship, but the goal is joy and the experience. So people, you know, they talk about money, they talk about power, but are they talking about joy? If they're not talking about joy, you know, it's pretty pathetic. Meaning, like, it's not, life is not just money and power. Like, that might bring you joy, but imagine if you could achieve joy without money or power. That's real power, you know.
right.
It's just like the Bible. I mean, everything it says in there is true, meaning that, like, that statement, you know, what reward will you have in heaven if all you did, you know, was X and Y, but what about Z? You know, it's the action part, it's the doing that matters. People are all talk, like, show me some action, you know, let me see it, show it to me, don't tell me, show it. And you know, I mean, to me it's funny. Anyways, Amina is here, but we need to create some content on this app, like Augustus reads the Bible, and like over the course of like 1 month, you know, you'll read like the New Testament or like one book.
Yeah.
But people will come and listen to you. You have clout.
What?
You have clout, or you have aura on this app. People like know you have aura and they want to be near your aura.
Yeah, sometimes. The thing about monetizing on these social media platforms I found has been like through relationship building. That's the biggest way you can monetize.
Yeah. I mean, even in politics, like, if you want to lead the people, but you don't like the people, well, then you got a problem, you know, because the people are never gonna let you lead them if you don't even like them. So, yeah, bipartisanship, working across the aisle is actually getting to know people that you might not be comfortable with. And if you can do that, well, you have it. But a lot of people on the left cannot do that with people on the right. And you know, it's only like 10%, 20% of people within every group go to the other group and dynamically work with them. So those are the intelligent people, the people who put, you know, first, party second, or character first, party second. I don't know. There's just so much fraud, so much waste, so much unnecessary bullshit. Look at Kennedy. The only thing he's, you know, he's been able to change everything, but then it comes back and a judge says, "Oh, you can't do that." Color and all that poison, like holy shit, without him it would still be here. He's the only one. He led, he's a real leader. He does. Kennedy doesn't just talk, he does. He do.
You be doing.
Kennedy period do period.
Yeah, no, like I had a meeting today with Children's Health Defense. They want me to do their digital work.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah, you know about Children's Health Defense?
Yeah, it's a big nonprofit.
Yeah.
They do great work.
Yeah.
Are they gonna?
So,
Are they gonna just?
I really hope I got that gig.
They're gonna hire you as like a full-time employee?
Yeah, they'll give me benefits and stuff.
Oh wow, that's big.
But I got to be able to keep my own business too, my own private practice. Because
Yeah.
I've got clients that are locked in for a good amount of money, and more are coming knocking on my door.
Yeah, man, you need to try to offer media buying services. Google pay-per-click, Google
I
Display,
have that.
Google YouTube.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, good. A lot of money there. I mean, advertising is a massive industry.
Digital ad spend and everything.
Yep. I mean, imagine going to work for Google in Miami in 2027. That'd be a nice gig. You can take the baby to the office.
I've been looking at plans to build a house in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 5-bedroom, 7,500 square foot house. It's fucking huge, but I'm gonna do it. It'll just be like awesome to be like, yo, I built that, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm of the mindset of buy a used car, don't buy a new car. Because even here in Chicago, it's like you buy a new car, you get dinged and banged. It's like you're never gonna make it, and you can't afford to pay for these little repairs to get your car back to perfect. So it's like you're crazy if you got basically an indoor garage, but even then, you got to have the money, and that's a lot of money. So even if you built a house, your average annual property taxes, homeowners insurance, upkeep, etc. It's like holy fuck, you got to have 5% of your home's value annually just to maintain it. So, real pragmatic approach to everything is do everything, as little as possible, meaning like, strategically buy, strategically spend, one step at a time. I mean, like it would be crazy if you had $1 million to buy like a $200,000 car. That's like the epitome of stupidity. Everything has to be evenly distributed based off of game theory. We got CM in my other magic room. CM is a man bun mathematician who wastes all his time talking to flat earthers here on Clown House.
Yeah, I got like a good amount of money saved up to buy a house. So I'm just gonna continue to save for the next few years and build a house. I could get like a property for like 100. The plans for like 3 or 4,000, and then we could build it for like 600, 750, and be looking at like 800, 900,000 to build like a mansion that'd be worth like 2 million.
Not in that game. Like you've never done it. Oh, you have built a house?
Before, yeah, I used to work for a ground up construction house building company for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh wow.
When I was in my early 20s, before I came on Clubhouse, that was what I was doing.
I mean, you could be very successful at that, no doubt. Like your artistic style and aesthetic, that's what people buy. They buy when they buy a $2 million home,
Right.
$1 million. I mean, it's just you could be, extremely successful at that. But I'm just saying that, like, I just think stay small, stay in business. I'm not in that kind of situation. But I have a friend who did buy a house for like 800,000, put $1 million into building a new one, and I think he sold it for like 3.1 in Santa Monica, and he netted, close to $1 million. I was like, dude, I can't believe you just made $1 million this year. Like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my wife was like, what are we going to do with such a big fucking house? I was like, you're the one who wants to put more. You want to have more kids, you want fucking kids in it,
Yeah, well, that would be
You
nice.
have like fucking 4 more kids, 3, 4 more kids. Where are they going to sleep? You need a 5-bedroom house.
You really think your wife wants to have 4 kids?
Yeah, she keeps telling me.
Jesus. I think that 2 on the body would be enough, But some people have 8 kids and then they look like they only had 1 kid. It's all just like independent.
She's getting C-sections for all of them.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be like light scarring. That's it.
Damn.
Yeah, everything should remain intact.
Man. Health and medicine is, real when you really use it. Surgery, that's why some medicine is such bullshit. Like, that's what really pisses me off about the COVID Zav, is that it was like an unnecessary, intervention, which statistically has been proven to have negative effects. It's just so fucking dastardly. And like they've already said that, like, it definitely was like a plot, to reduce. You can't even say it, but anyways, either justice in this lifetime or just history books, I suppose.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Let me know if
Yeah, no, we wanted to do like a natural birth, but she had complications and kind of like a bloodbath in my apartment, and the baby almost died, and she almost died, and I had to call an ambulance, and it was fucking horrifying, dude. It was like one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. And they had to do an emergency C-section, but now because of that, all of her other pregnancies have got to be C-section.
Well, it's if it's easy enough to do it, I mean, that's great. But anyways, Mazel Tov, healthy family. I mean, I'm 43, no kids, not married, but I'm still trying to find the one. This summer could be the year.
Yeah, man. It's tough out there for men because all of these women are fucked up, man.
I agree. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I don't know. There's joy in the journey, even with.
It's a good attitude.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. That's why I read books, to remind myself of the word joy. There's certain I like to ask people on Zap, what are your power words? And people's power words are the words that they use all the time. And for communist, socialists, liberal Democrats, they use things like consensual agreements, private property. Like, thinking of one person in particular.
Consent, shit like that.
Huh?
Consent.
Yeah, consent. But those aren't power words. Those are like political, barely even legal. So those aren't true power words. True power word is love. A true power word is joy. True word is intelligence. True power word is law. You know, don't people are far away from power, and so uh, I like to ask people their power words because you can immediately get to their essence, and really lacking once you hear it directly because you can compress everybody's statements and transcripts on her because technically we're trading transcripts. And if you look at the transcript, you'll say, "Oh shit, that's a lot of spam. Just give me the compression."
Yeah. Shit is crazy. So what do you think about this whole like pyramid under the pyramid thing? Apparently there's like stuff under the pyramid. Did you see that?
Yeah, just you work in building. It's rebar. They had to rebar that bitch before they could just put a fucking giant block, pyramidic giant blocks. Like,
That's a great take, honestly. I never heard that one before.
yeah, dude, they knew what they were doing. They knew they couldn't just fucking build the pyramids on sand. They had to do the rebar. They knew that.
Right.
They built building. They built fucking 4-story condo buildings in downtown Egypt. Like they were. Nothing is new under the sun, dude. Every town, every city, all these homes, they look identical to how they looked 2,000 years ago. Like home building is nothing new. The only new shit is the skyscraper. Like that's the coolest shit in the world. In my opinion, like a great legacy, like on your deathbed, is well, illegal to a skyscraper. The fuck did you do? You know,
Right.
skyscraper's going to be there for 200, 300, 400 years.
That's right.
Well, what's your point about the underground support columns of the pyramids?
No, I just saw it on don't know what to make of it.
So
Honestly, the rebar idea.
yeah,
I never heard that one before. Everybody's saying like all types of far out shit about it.
no, it's just basic engineering. Rebar. They just built a house across the street from my house on a small plot, city-owned plot, like on a corner intersection. The city off a fucking home builder built a home there. But whoever buys that house, they best investigate who the fuck their neighbor is because once they figure out who the fuck their neighbor is and what they do at that house, they're gonna say, "Fuck it, I ain't buying this house living next to that fucking piece of shit." Not me. Not me. I don't know. It's like a drug house, and they throw huge parties, huge mariachi band in the summer. Like they fucking zone the block out with Mexican music. And the craziest thing is their home like encroaches on their property to a very high degree, and they're so close. Like it's not a it's not a concrete building. It's wood. So and not only that, but there's so much traffic on the street that I live on that like fuck, this is why like you have to live in a place before you buy it. Once you live in it and you hear everything from the outside on the inside, you're like, fuck, living here. It's not soundproof. So to me is a big thing. I lived off of a highway in a high rise one time, all night long, race cars. I mean, ninja bikes. All night long. Jeez, like so fucking loud, just echoes off the building. But they built that house in 1 month. I saw them dig it out, pour the concrete, frame it, bring in a cherry picker to do all the lumber. And dude, it's a beautiful house. They're gonna have an incredible rooftop, incredible sunsets. See, that to me is like your standard of living is really high if you have a rooftop deck with the western facing sunset or a patio, in a nice condo. But that western facing sunset to me is far superior than the eastern rising sunrise because I like to tan. You can't really tan you can tan in the morning actually with the sunrise, but I like the intensity of the western sunset. It's to consider because
You want to see the house I'm looking to build? You want to see the plans?
yeah, sure.
Hold up.
Home building is very cool because when you have a finished product, like my mother has flipped 20 houses. She didn't build them, but she basically did a lot of remodeling and interior design on the homes. So like every home that she sold is like a branded, Kitover home.
Right.
People have that experience now having my mother's, you know, work, remodeling work.
I think that's great.
Hmm.
I put it in the chat. Check it out. And I'm thinking customizing this layout, right? And doing what your mom did, but my own version of that.
Damn. It's a big one. Baths. Could you imagine? It's a lot of fucking bathrooms. Oh, cool. But oh wow, this is a cool. This is a great site, dude.
Yeah, you can buy the plans for like $3,000.
Wow. Can't believe people would want to do a new home build. Damn. Dude, this site is fucking legit. Bro. This would be the lifestyle. I mean, property taxes, you only gotta have 30,000 a year.
Bro, buying a house in Virginia that's like half the size square footage wise is over $1 million.
Yeah. I mean, it's all proximity to the job site. People that work in DC, right? Like that's why the cost of living, the GDP or the per capita income is the highest in the United States of America, all around Washington D.C., San Francisco, but it's primarily focused right around the D.C. area. My college roommate is super successful. Works for I don't know, you could call it like a private equity hedge fund as a what his title is, but he's also like high up in the army in the cyber command, and he's like a combat hero from Afghanistan, and he's on LinkedIn, but I don't use LinkedIn, but I am going to create a LinkedIn for this campaign for mayoralship because I'm hoping that over the next 10 months of this campaign, like it'll be a branding and an art exercise for me, and I hope coming out of the campaign that I'll have job offers. And I would like to move to Miami to go work for Citadel or Palantir. But after this campaign is over, if I don't become the mayor of Chicago, I'm going to leave Chicago. Hopefully with a job offer in place. That's the goal. But the goal is joy. Reuben, Rabbono Shalom, are you the Jewish Batman we've heard so much about, Reuben? Hello? You look at homes though in Miami. I mean, I was looking at single family homes down in Miami. Like you can buy a house for 400,000 in a nice neighborhood. Um, so everything is relative, dude, and you got to look at your needs, um, and live within your means, obviously. But really, space. At the IRS, I worked at. I'm like a certified space planner, like for like commercial office space. But the whole thing deals with space and how you manage space. For example, these dumb fucking loser Democrats built bike lanes and bump out lanes all around the city, causing traffic congestion for no fucking reason. They took away our space and just poured concrete when we needed that fucking space to navigate the road. How fucking stupid and how ignorant could you be not to respect space and the value of space? And so when you take away space, you restrict and you limit free mobility. And all I'm trying to say is that if you have all this space in your life that you're not actually utilizing, well, then it's wasted space. Like right now, I have 4 recording studios in my house, live streaming clubhouse rooms. I'm making use of that space. It's either I'm recording or I have tenants, paying rent. So you have to use space. You don't want to waste space. And I know you want to fill the house up with 4 kids, but one room at a time. That's all I'm trying to say.
Real.
It's all space
Yeah,
planning.
I want to get like acreage. You know, like a plot of like multiple lots.
Well, just even if you're very successful and you got a big house and a big car, and see, the thing is, it's just like chasing paper, and like paper's fungible or it's replaceable or it's of low value. It's the art, which is what's on the paper, which is of the greatest importance and value. So if you look at the dollar bills, you'll see all the sacred, ancient, spiritual symbols. Now, if you can tell me what those analogies are, or what the paraphrase is, or how do you explain it, that's the value of the art. And recreating that art is of great value. So that would be my advice to you, that um, the keeping up with the Joneses or the materialistic aspect of life. If you want that, great. But if you do want that, understanding the analogies will help you get that, basically, because that's intelligence. So I'm not saying join.
Yeah, like I kind of want to turn the house into like a giant work of art, you know? And then like, I don't know, like hide in it one day, you know?
Everybody's building it, but the greatest tomb is on the internet. You know, Lawnmower Man and Ultron live forever because they have been absorbed into a decentralized digital network of consciousness. Your home building, you know, if you could do, would you rather do 10 single family size homes, 3 bedroom, 2 bath? Would you rather do 10 homes or one home?
Can I sell?
The goal
10?
is to sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do the 10.
You do the 10, right? Yeah. 10 versus 1, 1 versus 10. If you have 10 homes, you can do a lot of different variables. If you have one home, it's less variables. You know, you got the opportunity to do 10x variables. The spice of life is variable. You know, are you doing any cooking?
A little bit.
Like if you make a salad, you can have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flavor combinations in there. Where with every bite, you can identify multiple flavors, and you're like, wow, cooking, great cooking, and the good food experience is based on the flavor experience. And the more flavors you have, the greater the experience. So, you know, I think that's what makes life successful. Like when I go to certain restaurants, I go there because I know the flavor experience that they put into that salad.
My wife loves salad. I eat salad.
Dude, have you ever had salad with fig in it? Or apricot? There's just so much you can put into a salad. Danny, can we toss your salad, Danny?
Danny.
What's up?
We're sitting here talking about life, philosophy, drinking coffee. Danny, how would you
Your whole thing, Danny.
Danny, how would you compress my shtick? How would you compress my transcripts? Like if you were to look at all the stuff I've ever said on this app, how would you compress me into like just a couple sentences?
Like if you were a doll that if I pulled the string and it had a couple catchphrases.
Yes.
For you would be Shaboy Noy, Shaloy Loy. Be here now.
Loy or something.
Yeah, the be here now is the big thing. Like my dad was texting me, you know, saying, I feel so bad for you. I feel so sorry for you. I wish there was, you know, something that could happen that would this and that. And I'm like, you know, be here now. Like, you know, some people see what's right and some people only see what's wrong. And all they want to do is communicate with you is what's wrong. And it's like, okay, well, do I have to ask you to tell me what's right? Hello?
Okay, so
sometimes like that.
did you read a book today? Communication is hypnosis.
That's a good one. All communication is hypnosis. Yeah, you must really know this guy then, Danny. Because I know him, and you're on point.
There's one I can't remember about dopamine.
Oh, we have the Sorcerer's Apprentice Zen has arrived. I was recently endorsed by Ty Webb, a Zen golfer out of Bushwood, for mayor of Chicago. I don't know if anybody saw the Ty Webb endorsement. I posted it to John Kitover on Instagram. I'll pin the link. But I was very proud of the endorsement by Ty Webb, member of Bushwood Country Club. He's a Zen golfer. He was talking to his caddy, Danny. Danny was telling him that there is Ty was telling Danny, there's a force in the universe, Danny. And all you have to do is stop thinking and end your problems. Zen reminds me of that sometimes. He says, stop thinking, end your problems. I go, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to stop thinking. And that's where I came up with the expression, I am the R word. And on St. Patty's Day, a good friend of mine actually called me the R word. And then I agreed. And I said, you know what? I am the R word. Because I've stopped thinking. And I've ended my problem. Have you stopped thinking to end your problems? It may sound kind of ridiculous, but the truth is most thinking, 80% of it at least, is completely unnecessary. It doesn't actually help solve the problem, or it doesn't increase the joy of the experience. Hello? Well, I've got a book here. It's called What is Tao by Alan Watts, author of What is Zen. I'd like to read a page to you. So just pick a random number, 1 through 100.
69.
69 for 20. Alex Stein, Primetime 99. Okay, this is.
Gonna pick 33.
Well, this is 69. It says, if one coin is yin and 2 are yang, the total value is 8. In a broken or negative line, the so-called young yin is drawn. And if all 3 coins are yang, the total value is 9. And an unbroken or positive line is drawn, the old yang. Let's look at a particular case and assume that on the first row we get a total of 6, a negative reading. And the symbol that records the negative reading is the drawing of a broken line, a yin line. We do it again, and this time the total is 8. The reading is again negative. And again we record it and draw another broken line on top of the first broken line, beginning to create our hexagram from the bottom to the top, and we shake them again. That's called the gentle way. I think coalition building definitely is an exercise in gentleness. You know, I like to do impersonations of people when I find them annoying. For example, like if you are a loudmouth Latina and you are so fucking annoying about ICE, about law enforcement, and it is a human rights injustice, etc., like that for me can be triggering. So if I was a little more gentle in my communication, I could probably lead people. But because sometimes I am vulgar, I might be a failure. It might be not just a failure of leadership, but a failure of communication. There's this really cool filter on YouTube. It's like a prism, a 4-person prism. And it's really cool to like take my fingers and wiggle my fingers. And you got 8 hands. It's very, very trippy. The comments often say, I can't take it, bro. Can't do it, dude.
That's what she said.
No! No! Do you always scream out no when making love? No!
Painting.
What are you painting?
A Pokemon. So with my wife working in the government, we can't have a stock portfolio. Only Congress is allowed to stock those. So, I've been investing into Pokemon cards.
Damn, dude. Better diversify. I did read you can actually get a mortgage now with crypto. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac today offering a crypto-backed mortgage.
Yeah, that's right.
Rabboni Shalom.
Yeah, bro. I've got like a Pokemon collection, and it's like worth a lot of money, honestly.
I know.
Almost dollars already. I've only been doing it for a little bit.
We'll do a test and put on eBay and see what the difference is between list price and sales price. Less shipping, less transaction fees, and then you're like, oh, it's worth a lot less than I thought it was.
Yeah, but I mean, some people will buy the cards and resell. Like, I was looking at a certain card that was worth a lot of money, and you could see ones that sold for $30,000, and then you could see the ones that sold for, it was the same card selling for like $90,000.
See, I think if you buy collectibles as an investment, it's a good thing. But if you buy them, you should just consider them like treasures that, like Pharaoh, you know, if they open up your casket, they'll say, "Wow, this guy loved Pokemon cards," you know.
Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking of just holding on to everything and then selling everything in like 25 years.
My mom gave all mine away in like 2022, and they were worth so much money. Like, I had like the Charizard, and they were all like first edition.
Damn.
Because like I was a fan like when it first came out in my life for like a year, and she just like gave it to the cleaning lady's son.
Damn, dude, she gave away.
Okay.
No, it should
I
have.
was so upset.
Dude, that collection's probably worth more than what that cleaning lady made all year working for your mom.
Probably.
You know?
Danny, why don't you go back to the kid and say, "Hey, can you at least like, you know, peel me off $100 bill?" Do you think the kid even knows? Maybe the kid doesn't even know. Maybe find out if the kid is still alive and the mom is just sitting
It's way too late. It's way too late. And like she tried to buy my brother-in-law's collection after it happened. Like, she was trying to be all nonchalant. Tried to like go after his. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. But no, there's nothing we can do.
Well, before we bring Wesley up, Augustus or Danny, if you could follow my Instagram account, I've been working hard on it over the past 48 hours. Tell me what you think. There's a photo of me and DMX. DMX has officially endorsed the campaign. It's very exciting to get DMX's from heaven. No, from heaven. From heaven.
Okay.
From heaven.
Okay.
We have a heavenly endorsement by the OG DMX. You know, fans, we're hoping fans of his will also support the campaign. He's got some of the best songs of all time. I've been creating, you know, listen to this song.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door and smell. With the non-stop pop out from stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart.
I mean, you know, very iconic endorsement. Very proud and happy to have the world famous DMX endorse the campaign. There's also photos of me in the military. You can see me as a butter bar. I see all these politicians and they create content daily in anticipation of running for office or if they're in office. And so on a recent interview, I said that most politicians are actually just communication consultants. That's why I created the Communication Consultant House here on Clown House. They're not really doing anything. They're just creating content for the voters, for the consumers. And to me, that's what really annoys me, is that that's not a whole lot of doing. I know it's art, but we've got problems that can't necessarily be fixed by your phony art.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, a lot of these politicians have zero say in what the fuck the content even is. It's all the staffers doing.
Yeah, I saw a politician, either a senator or congressman, he was like, I guess it's time for me to have to create the social media post because my intern says it is, so here. I was like, I mean, I'm dedicating a lot of my life to reading books, and to me, real luxury. Because if you had all your shit figured out financially, you could actually find the time to read the greatest ever written. And I hope to read the greatest books ever written and read them on YouTube. So, I can help educate the voters, because the truth is the country's completely broke. And education is $1 trillion+ annual a year scam. It's like, you know what? We could save $1 trillion. Just listen to John Kitover read a book. That's all the education you need. I'll read the book for you. Save $1 trillion. We'll pay the debt off in 45 years. Hello? One book at a time. Tikkun Olam, Rabbono Shel Olam. This time next year. So, we got a new message from somebody on Clown House asking, how are you? I just write back, hello? So there's also,
Classic.
There's also a lot of Sora videos that I put up for the mayoral campaign.
These little neighbors helped me win the race. Our campaign was built on community, cooperation, and just a few feathers. As your mayor, I promise to care for every part of this city. Human, John Kitover. I've got a simple plan for Chicago. My 10-10-10 plan.
Oh, I don't know if you know about this, but based off of listening to Clubhouse users, aka Stephen Bader, who was talking about the 999 plan of that politician, I said, you know what? I'm going to update the 999 plan and call it the 10-10-10 plan. So the goal is to reduce property taxes 10% the first year in office, 2027. Second goal is to hire 10,000 new firemen and police officers. 10,000! Because I'm not going into office without a lot of loyal police officers. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be my Praetorian Guard when I get in there. So we're going to immediately hire 10 police and fire because the JZK Police Corps training, brigade, I'm going to need those guys for security. And the third thing we're do of the 10-10-10 plan is we got 10 separate sub-items in the third 10. It's a lot. Number one is we're going to end the water tax, the garbage tax, and the sewer tax. Done. No more. Over. We already pay for it. No need to tax us twice. So that's finished. Second thing, obviously, is get rid of the city sticker tax on our cars. Bye. No more city sticker tax. Oh, you just saved you another $200, $400 a year. Third thing is no more emissions tax. You don't have to take your car annually to the Disneyland of time wasting and have your car tested for emissions. So that's done too. I just saved the taxpayer another $200 a year. Oops, sorry, private equity firm in fucking Switzerland or in Sweden who owns and forces us to go get emissions testing every year. Sorry, that scam is finished. You can sue the mayor's office. You can sue the city of Chicago. We will fight you vigorously. The fourth thing is we're getting rid of the parking meters. No more parking meters. They will be ripped out of the ground and thrown into a junkyard. And Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the investment fund, they can sue us and we'll take them to court. And if a judge agrees with them, well, then we'll fire the judge, and they'll have to come here and take it by force. And the last thing is we're going to get rid of these bike lanes. We are creating space by the space they took away from us to navigate our city so we can get from point A to point B without effing our car up on a stupid bike lane and a bumper lane, a bump-out lane. Why in the world would they take a 4-lane street and make it a one-way street with bump-out lanes? Are they fucking retarded? Yes, they are. We know clown retards. They have no idea how to govern. And a lot of governing is actually just doing nothing. And you see what I'm saying? Is the art of doing nothing. People say to me, how could you run for Congress? How can you run for mayor? And I say, I've already perfected the art of doing nothing. It's called Zen. See what I'm saying? Hello?
Hello. Genius. Yeah, bro, you're a next level genius. Not going. Not gonna lie.
I was reading about this guy who started the world's largest dental practice. It's called Heartland. He owns 3,000 dental offices, and he's a multi-billionaire. He's from Chicago, and he calls it the Chicago way, which is like the knuckle boxer, and really politics is like that. These lawyers and judges, they got a problem throwing punches, and you can't hit them back. So the way for me to get on the ballot is to get my ass to the train station and start getting petition signatures. It is so complicated to get on the ballot because let's say I hire somebody that signatures for me and then they disappear, but they didn't get those petitions notarized with their driver's license. They can invalidate those petitions just because that worker didn't have the time to go to the banker to get the free notary so I could give it to the election commission. They make it impossible to run. They make it impossible to get on the ballot. But there is joy in the experience. And the reason is because when I file for mayoralship, guess what that does? That puts my name, my website out there into the internet. I'm now officially listed as a mayoral candidate. And so a lot of national and international news journalists email candidates and say, hey, we want a quote. We need the quote by 6 p.m. So there's a lot of communication that happens as a result of running. And to me, that's where the communication game becomes a lot of fun, because now I'm not just a private social media, content creator. I am a public facing content. And that to me is part of the communication experiment, where as a libertarian, I can say, hey, these are the numbers, you tell me where I'm wrong. Let's leave the politics out of it, but let's do some financial analysis. To me, that's the value that I bring. Other politicians, they'll say, well, that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that somebody can't pay their rent, ain't got no money for dinner. And, I say, well, if you want to talk finance, if you want to talk portfolio or balance sheet or income statement or $1 billion, that's the pension liabilities of Chicago. That's just the pensions. That's just the pension. Our annual budget's over $15 billion a year here in Chicago. I got the breakdown of every single business unit that the city manages. It's unbelievable. I got a lot of data. I'm an information addict, and I've got the numbers. So part of my campaign, huh?
The numbers are in.
The numbers are in, and the numbers don't lie. We have a financial crisis. Many people are unsure of what a crisis means, but they will know when it starts impacting their bottom line. Property taxes are up, and we voted out our assessor and we have a new assessor named Quincy. And guess what? It turns out that they were doing social equity with regards to property taxes. They weren't really distributing them based on home value or assessed home value. They were giving, and they're still giving, certain areas of Chicago a break because of the racial identity politic. Is that fair?
No.
It's not. But it is what it is. But there's a new assessor, and we'll see how he treats them, because Fritz Keegi, who lost the election, he actually reversed the racial identity tax assessments, and they went ballistic, and they voted his ass out. We have 6,000 layers of taxation and government in the state of Illinois. 6,000 taxing authorities. Anyways, God bless America, in my opinion. Like, we're lucky we got all these problems. The rest of the world, they're living in mud huts.
Yeah, I look at like campaign as momentum building.
It is. What is it called? Critical mass. You know, momentum builds critical mass, and critical mass creates victory, because critical mass can't be stopped. Barack Obama created critical mass. Donald Trump created critical mass. George Bush created critical mass. These are all momentum builders. That's why I say people come here to listen to you, because you have aura. People that have aura create momentum, and thus they create critical mass. And critical mass can't be stopped, because it's reached criticality. Critical momentum. Another name for that is war machine. Fully automated war. The laws in war are different. I tell you, running a third time is easier than running the first time, and a lot easier running than the second time.
Yeah, look at Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln ran like nine times before he became president.
Wow. When I campaigned in Bloomington, Illinois, there was a plaque dedicated to his legal career at the courthouse. And when I filed for Congress in Springfield, my mom and I went to Lincoln's tomb, and we saw his final burial site with his wife and one of his kids, and it's beautiful. And the woman at the front was explaining to us the history of the Republican Party, and she kept claiming, people think it started in Wisconsin. It didn't start in Wisconsin. It started in Michigan. So there's like a religious revival tied to the Republican Party, which is liberation and God, which is a paradox. It's very complicated, because the more liberty you have, the less God you have. The more God you have, the less liberty you have. Or there could be a third option. The more God you have, the more liberty you have. Or the opposite of that. So all I'm trying to say is that the word God and liberty is like the most famous paradox in Western political and philosophical thought. Liberté is how they say it in French. Liberté. And then God. I don't know. Is it je suis? I can't remember. But anyways, it's a famous, saying. I think a lot of this has to do with the French Revolution, because they were trying to create a greater society without the monarchy. How do we have an equanimous? How do we have a fair and just society for all? The problem is the court system is not set up for the citizen. It's set up to take, never to give. So we have a legal industrial complex problem in this country, which is the third branch of government. So, you know, it's better to be a lawyer than it is to not be a lawyer. Rabono Shalom. Hello? Hi, Verizon.
Yeah, it's better to own some politicians than it is to be a politician. Look at The Godfather.
Exactly. And Donnie Trump is Michael Corleone of 2026. This guy, he pulled a fast one. No what come. Damn, Trump is a gangster. Because he really did pull a Michael Corleone. He just keeps pulling them, which is the funniest thing. Is people forget next day. They're like, "Oh shit, I already forgot." Trump is a international hitman of the highest order. I already forgot. He's so good at it. I already forgot. But what I like to also do is screenshot people's artwork and then put it into Grok and say, you know, update the text and use people's like artwork. Like I took somebody's billet for like their concert or whatever. It's kind of hippie, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm got more Sora videos today. That's the goal because I feel like Sora is going to disappear relatively soon, and I'm already like, they're not allowing me to actually create new Sora videos. So it's like shutting down. The free Sora party is over.
Yeah. Gift.
Let's see.
You heard me?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, Free Pick has got like a bunch of AIs in one. It's like a studio. Costs a little bit more than your average AI program, but worth it because you got all of them. Yeah. Another one that's good is Hicksfield.
Higgsfield, Josiah. Higgsfield.
Bro, I'm so hungry. I never ordered that food.
Well, I hypnotized you. I'm a weight loss hypnotist.
I started painting my painting, and that was
Well, I think the value in painting now is filming yourself painting or filming the experience of the painting, then you know, speeding it up and adding music. Like the video is more valuable than the artwork nowadays in the, you know, monetization. It's like these jewelers in New York, the Mazalitos, you know, Mazalito, they're making more money from the videos than from jewelry transactions. Like they'll take a loss on a jewelry deal just to create the goofy video that gets 1.2. So that's where I want to be at, where my videos, you know, my YouTube is making $1 million a year. That would be a great experience. You on X, Diligent Denizen. He's always in rooms with Maze Love. You know, like he's got a. I don't know. Have you ever seen his YouTube live? He's sitting at a desk. It's like in a podcast studio. I mean, YouTube is where it's at. You know, because YouTube is basically a consortium of the world's largest brand advertisers. And just like Tim Pool, you know, these guys are banking it with YouTube. It's professional content. There's no abusive hate speech, you know, things that will get you knocked off. It's all professional communication and gossip.
yeah. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, this is a new advertisement for our his speaking voters here in Chicago. It's John para el mayor.
En la parada del bus, la señora con su cruz me pregunta, ¿este tal yo de verdad piensa en los plus? El chaval con su café, tres bajos, poco piel, dice, quiero a alguien que al fin se parezca un poco. De Chicago, para los botes, para el barrio, para las personas de las peoples que nunca salen en los libros. De Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago que sueña un futuro azul. En la esquina del tianguis, abuelita haciendo tamiz, dice, quiero ver la luz en la escuela de mi Luis. Y lleno tráfico, piro cínico, si votamos esta vez, cambiará lo que se ve. Me voy, John para el mayor de Chicago, para los votos, para el barrio, para las personas de las peoples, pagando cuentas. John para el mayor de Chicago, la voz del norte y del lado sur, para la familia en el lago que sueña un futuro.